I got involved in SACNAS maybe about 10 years back now. It was originally through my summer research program. So I've been running that for about 10 years. And it's really directed, about 70 to 80% of the participants are underrepresented minorities. And of course, it's a part of the big effort to address the diversity issue in science. And we feel one of the best ways to do that is through experiences to expose students to what research is. And of course, the idea is that they'll love it so much they'll get hooked on it. So that's but through that, they have directors meetings. The NSF brings the directors of these programs to Washington, D.C. every 2 or 3 years. And through that, I met a lot of all of the other directors, and one in particular, Tina Garza, we just struck it off. I have a strong friendship, but I brought her in the next summer to Fort Collins to evaluate our program and provide a keynote address, and then she invited me down to University of Texas, El Paso. And on that meeting, I met her students in her SACNAS chapter. And after meeting them, I came back to Fort Collins and I said, why don't we have one? Why don't we have a chapter in Fort Collins? And it kind of popped into my head in the middle of a meeting with a group called Student Leaders in Science in our college. And then I promptly forgot about it. And that group of students and their advisor just took off with it. And now, 7 years later, they have that chapter is actually, it's this chapter, is winning Chapter of the Year award at the SACNAS. So I've been coming to the SACNAS meetings and interacting with other people that feel as important as I do to address the diversity issue in science. Just this last summer, I was fortunate enough to be chosen to participate in the SACNAS Leadership Institute. Spent a week in Washington, D.C. in the AAAS headquarters, and learned a lot about leadership, but also learned a lot about the impediments and things that people of color deal with when they're trying to make their way. And these are all people that had made their way. They were all scientists, postdocs, beginning faculty, mid-career faculty. All of them were very successful, but to hear the stories of what they had to overcome to become successful just galvanized me further.